announcement, like I always do. I just jump on and want to say what I got to say. I don't really, everything here, of course, is unscripted. We go for authenticity, not, you know, bullshit. So what you got is what you got. Anyway, I don't know how long I'm going to be on live because my husband will be back from the hardware store soon. So I want to talk a little bit about more on the Gina Carano thing. Now, yesterday on Midnight's Edge, Andre said he'd been getting conflicting reports about how John Favreau has felt about it. This is a theory. One theory said he was happy. Another theory said that he wanted to step in and say something on her behalf to stop this madness. She told him not to. She was ready for whatever happened to happen. Whatever was going to happen was going to happen. I believe that the way she's been acting, basically saying that she feels like she's free, says that she wanted to do this. Okay, she wanted to do this. She wanted to push them to a point where they had to make the choice, the bad choice, the wrong choice, by the way. And I think John, I think he did probably try to step in, but I think that it was too little too late. The timing of this couldn't be worse for Disney right now. Word on the street, again, Midnight's Edge, and I think Doomcock talked about it last night, was that that there are emergency meetings going on right now, that the suits are freaking out because people are canceling their subscriptions right and left. I canceled both my Disney Plus and my Hulu. I've had Hulu for years. I don't watch it. I don't look at it. So it's like, do I ever still have that? And by God, yes, I did. So I got rid of that too. If it's the only way we can fight back, then it is. Now, how do I feel about her teaming up with Ben Shapiro? Ben is a good guy. He's one of those people that his bark is worse than his bite, I think. Because I'm an old time Breitbart alumni. I wrote a thing for them a long time ago. And I knew Mike Flynn. Mike Flynn was a great guy. God bless his soul. It was tragic that he died. And of course, Andrew. And Ben was there when Steve Bannon took over. I think part of Ben's issue with Trump was Steve Bannon. I understand that. I'm friends with Dana Lash, and she had trouble with Bannon. I don't know anything about the guy. I never really had anything to do with him. But there's that. My issue with Shapiro, again, is his bark is worse than his bite. We'll have to see. A lot of people are very thrilled for her, for Gina, doing this with Daily Wire, and I'm like, cool. If they can get something out there that's decent, all right, that's awesome. Funny thing is that Shapiro I think he's an entertainment lawyer, which kind of makes you go, which leads me into the cover of this live. Henry Gilroy is, among other things, a producer for Rebels Recon, I think. It works at Lucasfilm, and he was the cover of this live is a tweet he put out there, and he hasn't come back yet. Now the fans have been ripping him to shreds. He should be very hopeful that no one sees that and sends it to Iger and Chapek, because I'm pretty sure they don't really want to hear any more about this. I'm pretty sure they're absolutely at their wits' end trying to figure out how to get out of this. I know how to get out of this. We made a mistake. They went too far too fast. Gina is more than welcome to sign on to Mandalorian season 3, or whatever, or we're going to reassess. Obviously, she's a popular actress. The fans love her. We did talk about making a show for her character alone. And going forward, I think we're probably going to get serious about it. That's how you handle it. Now, she could handle it. It's like, no thanks. I don't want to work for Disney anymore. End of story. Okay? Now the fans would have to decide, is, the apology too little too late? Is it sincere? La-di-da. Okay. But that's how I would handle it. I would basically, really and truly, Bob Iger himself should go out there, or Chapek himself, or Kevin Feige, somebody should go and say, there was a mistake made. We did not want this to go on. We were not thrilled about the controversy, but in looking at the things that she tweeted, there was nothing wrong in anything she tweeted. We understand that some people, quote unquote, some, did not like invoking the Holocaust, but when you look at what she posted, the Holocaust was not invoked. It was about a political slippery slope. And there's no reason to fire her or to not have her signed. Her management company should rethink that too. And her PRs too. There was absolutely no reason for her to be pilloried on Twitter and on Instagram for merely stating an opinion. I would say she has never said anything specifically that supported any political candidate. Any. Disney welcomes free speech. Disney, we all know now that there is a double standard at a certain part of our company that is going to be dealt with harshly. That is, the fans have been ridiculed and mocked. The politics go overboard, and it's time for that to end. And it will be dealt with. We will not tolerate this anymore. Okay. Going forward, we really hope that the fans understand that we are trying desperately to figure out how to get beyond this. We would really like input. We would like to know what you expect from us. While we go forward, there will be personnel changes, firings. There will be things going on that will be people will be disciplined because we can't have this going on. And in that division, that area of Disney, there is a rift that will definitely stop because it's hurting not only the franchise that they're working on, it's hurting Disney. And really, what is done in our name reflects upon us. And for too long, not more than one person has gotten away with saying things that have insulted fans. Oh yeah, Wookiee supremacy, they are. Insulted fans, berated fans, made obscene statements about fans. From what we've learned in our investigation, have gone onto YouTube channels to troll fans, have enlisted the help of auxiliary sites and auxiliary. I don't think Disney does. I don't think Disney knows what to do, Wookiee. I really, really don't. They've done all this And for too long, they've gotten away with it. And Disney exists for one purpose, to make money for the investors, to make a profit. And this behavior is hurting our bottom line. And ultimately, we have to address that. So we are going to take care of this. And we have heard the fans. We know what you want in Star Wars. Did Disney or was it Lucasfilm? See, I don't know, because when the president was banned from Twitter, Lucasfilm fired him. Okay, don't look. You're taking everything at face value, and people have to stop doing that. People have to stop doing that. Oh yeah, but again, if Disney was to do that and at least offer her rollback, because I'm going to say this, the first part of the memo that came out, she did get canned from the show by Lucasfilm. Disney has still not addressed what happened, okay, officially. And until it's official, well, what the fuck, Anyway, they have to, there has to be something done. What I've been looking at, you don't have an official announcement from Disney at all. The guys on Midnight's Edge, Andre has heard conflicting reports about emergency meetings going on. This has been a goddamn PR nightmare for them. They're losing subscriptions. They're getting berated on their Facebook page, their YouTube, their Twitter accounts. I personally know that Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are getting emails with examples of their own employees attacking fans. This is a big thing. This is a big, big thing. Okay? And it's not going away. When you have somebody like Larry Rhodes from Rhodes Rants saying he loved The Mandalorian, but he's never coming back, that's a big deal because he loved that show. I love that show, but I'm not coming back until something changes. That's because, yeah, Lucasfilm has. There are people like that Jennifer Heddle. Ooh, that reminds me. I gotta highlight her next time. Who runs the publishing, attacking Luke Skywalker. Just making disgusting comments about him a couple years ago when that Galaxy of Adventures cartoon shit came out. And it's like, guys, why does this woman work in your publishing, in your Star Wars publishing sector if, she's making comments about the biggest character in the franchise like this? They were allowed to get away with it for a long time. As long, excuse me while I tie my shoe, as long as they were making money. See, they were making money until about 2 years ago. And I remember before we moved from Virginia to here, that the guys at World Class Bullshitters would highlight the fact that they're not selling any toys. You would go to Ollie's and see sequel trilogy stuff that hadn't moved since October 2015. And Walmart or Target would just sell it all at Ollie's. All right, I saw Poe Black series figures, Rey everywhere. No one wants this shit, and no one wanted it then. Hasbro was already not making money on that stuff. Then you look at the actual net box office of the first three movies. You've got $750 million probably for TFA. Then maybe about 100 to 200 million for Rogue One. Okay, cool. That's funny. You've got TLJ making maybe 100 million. I mean, TLJ goes to China and only makes $20 million. That's awful. That's horrible. That's obscene. Okay? And I am like, this is when it stopped making money. Is between the franchise, the box office. And, they pushed Galaxy's Edge too far, too fast. They allowed Kennedy to change it. They allowed all this crap to go on. And they still thought they could make it up with the parks. No one wants to see Kyle Ron Daddy Butcher walking around Galaxy's Edge. No one likes Ray. When I see little girls going up to the cast member playing Ray, I'm like, I would be like, why? Where's Leia? That's the hero that you should be wanting to be like. Where's Padme? Where's Mon Mothma? Couldn't you get someone to play her? Give them real heroic females to talk to. Where's Ahsoka Tano? Where's Luminara Unduli? Where are these? And now, are we even going to get a cosplayer of Cara Dune? Probably not. And the reason is because this shit is going on. Disney doesn't know what to do. And the double standard at Lucasfilm, at least, that Disney has tolerated lately, still goes on. Now, if you remember the tweet I put up of the guy, Jack Morrissey, I think his name is, posting MAGA kids being shoved through a wood chipper. He took that down. People can't find it anymore, but he did tweet it. I wonder why. Who could have told him to take it down? I'm waiting for this Gilroy to take his down, because that's going to happen. He slandered Gina Carano. She could sue him for defamation. She could sue any of these people for defamation, and I think she actually should. And here's the reason why. This would stop that and the shit against everybody in a heartbeat. But, again, Twitter is also probably going to subscription service. So, good morning, Dave. So, guess what? If you want to tweet and have all your bots trend fire Gina Carano, you're going to be paying up the ass. Awesome. Awesome. And that's what... Hey, Gruntilda. So what's going on? I think that this is going to really blow back in Kennedy's face, because she was the one that did it. I think that, Cameron Pasha tweeted last night, this is the end of Disney Star Wars. I don't know what what does that mean to me? That means the end of the High Republic, the end of Kennedy's reign, the end of a lot of this stuff. You can't be as aggressive as you are and thinking you can get away with it. Now, she, bony ass bitch that she is, thinks that she can do whatever she wants. Hey, if Kathleen Kennedy wants to talk to me about anything Star Wars, please contact me through YouTube. I'd be glad to talk to you. I'd be glad to finally berate you to your face. Because someone has to grab you by the shirt front and say, you fucked up. You fucked up. Because you're so full of your shit. You're so full of your own shit. You can't see how bad it's really going. Do you care? You know, I don't think she does care. I have a feeling that it doesn't matter to her at all what happens with Star Wars. She wants to have a political forum. Period, full stop. She's allowing these fanatics that are on her side of the coin at Lucasfilm, and she's allowing them to do whatever they want. And there's not been any pushback. But I think the way it's looking, because yesterday's earnings call was bullshit. Was a well, we're going to be making money in 2024. And when you've got analysts and hedge fund guys going, we're really sick of hearing this shit. They know, first off, that stock price, which fell yesterday, is inflated as hell. Disney's been buying their own stock back. We all know that. This is not a secret. It was UGG. I didn't hear it. I didn't get any information to jump in, but you're damn right. I'm gonna listen in on quarter two. They are really in trouble. Now, are they gonna go away? Are they gonna go bankrupt? No, not yet. You know, someone said, well, Disney has its gray periods. It's like, this isn't a gray period. This is bad. This is bad. Their theme parks are barely keeping afloat. And that's the only real money they're getting. Because Disney Plus isn't making them any money. They made something like $2 billion in the first quarter last year. I think they made $20 million this quarter, this year. I think that was the number. I want you to wrap your little minds around that and think about what's going on with Gina Carano now. Okay? Because, like I said, this is bad. It is bad for Disney. It's bad PR. It makes them look bad. You know, all right, what was that? You, sir, work for me, and what you do reflects upon me. Now, she did absolutely nothing wrong. She never said anything racist, sexist, bigoted, whatever. The shit starts because she didn't put fucking pronouns in her bio to show solidarity with -3% of the population. I know of the thousands of people I know all over the place, on Facebook, in my life. I only know one trans person, and she doesn't like it either. She thinks operational income was down 98%. Holy shit. Oh, he doesn't. I mean, they should go after him now. They go after her because she's intimidating. So she doesn't have pronouns in her thing. And this thing that pissed me off more than anything. Do you know who was harassing her the most? White, leftist females. Straight, white, leftist females. That's who. It wasn't trans people, they don't give a shit. It wasn't gay people, they don't give a shit. Oh yeah, I did a little bit. I gave him some money too. It wasn't blacks, white, reds, yellows, purple, chartreuse spots. I don't know a black man who was ever offended by anything Gina posted. I don't know a Jewish person. Well, because I know actually rational, conservative, and Orthodox Jews who support Israel, who are patriotic Americans, who actually go to temple. Here's the deal. There is I have a friend named Sarah Ann Fox. She works in Hollywood. We call her Saran. She is basically a script editor. And she is always, always, always wondering out loud why her fellow Jews always vote for Democrats, always vote left. And it's always the secular side of that group that attacks people for even mentioning Hitler or the Holocaust. I, as a historian, would not be allowed to say to use any sort of historical analogy towards that time period if they're standing there in front of me. They want to use it as their flag of victimhood. Find me an Israeli Jew, Benjamin Netanyahu. He wouldn't do that because he'd agree with me. All right. What happened in the 30s and 40s in Germany was different only in the respect of how it was done. But we have, ever since after the kings of Israel fell and the Jews were dragged off to Babylon, and they came back, and then the Romans just dispersed them out of the Levant, there's been a kind of anti-Semitism out there. But there's also, in Turkey, anti-Armenian things, because the Armenians are Christians. And the Turks, they committed the first genocide of the 20th century when they started killing millions of Armenians during World War I. You know, we have our own issues here in the United States with how Native Americans were treated, with how blacks were treated back, before the Civil War, after the Civil War. So when I see someone saying that you can't use that, I'm a victim of that, or whatever, I'm like, so you mean to tell me, I as a historian want to teach people how history shows you what to do and what not to do, I can't use these obvious, I'm going to borrow something from Barack Obama, teachable historical moments because you're offended, cupcake? All right, I got it. Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay? Bullshit. Name me an Irishman whose family came over during the potato famine who gets pissed off when we talk about what Oliver Cromwell did to the Irish, what the Brits, what the English did to the Irish, what the Normans did. Okay? All right? I'll wait. I'll sit there. I'm not going to hold my breath. But I'll wait. Okay? You can't talk about that. Hey, it was ours. We're the victims. That's ours. You can't use that. Yeah, we can. Because it happens everywhere. Every time you look at someone who's the other, Gina Carano is Morrissey's other. She's Gilroy's other. She's Pablo Hidalgo's other. I'm the other. You good people here watching this are the other for them. You're dehumanized, which is the first thing they do. You are isolated, which is the second thing they do. You are put in a place you can't escape, and then they get you. Okay, so I gotta go, and I just wanted to say that it's been fun. I might come back later. I don't know. And I'll stay on for a little while longer. So yeah, I mean, this is what they're doing to her, to us. Okay, which is just look. If you think the human race has evolved past Erg pounding the crap out of Thurg with a rock and killing him 200,000 years ago, you're wrong, because we haven't. Okay, we've evolved with technology, tools, weapons, etc. But we're still the same cavemen inside. The things that have tamed that are religion, whatever religion you want. For me, it's Catholicism. Oh, I'm not going away for a little bit long. We'll see how long this goes. Because my husband just walked in, so, you know, I'm Catholic. I'm a law-abiding citizen because that's how I was raised. We've developed laws in countries that are, you can't murder somebody. They're based on the faith, the Ten Commandments, right? Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbor, that kind of stuff. The laws are based on that. So that kind of tames everybody, okay? But still, we're still the same person. And what we're seeing right now is the caveman mentality of people and the fact that they dehumanize what they consider their opponents. I mean, Mitt Romney dehumanizes Trump and his supporters. Because, again, if you dehumanize them, then it's easier to hurt them financially, socially, etc. Okay? I mean, they want a social credit score, which is what China has. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be constitutional? And seeing what's gone on this week, Thursday, Friday, another day, shows that they are trying to do that. I mean, where's my point? Gina proved what they're trying to do. And when she got away from it, then she was able to say what you know what I'm saying? So, this is going to be very interesting, but the fact that they didn't mention any of last year's earnings and that they only made $20 million in this quarter, 20 million, is just, it's fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous. They deserve it. The fact that we're going to see, I think, something really, really amazing happen, I think, as a result of this. We'll just have to see. I mean, we could wake up on Monday morning and find out that Jon Favreau quit, but I don't think he will. He shouldn't have to quit. He shouldn't. And I mean, Andre was saying yesterday that it's rumored Favreau is one of us. Really? Which is why they hate him. I mean, how could he not be? He's good friends with Vince Vaughn. Anyway, I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later. See you around and behave yourselves. There's a lot more coming out. This is gonna get bigger and bigger.